is this supposed to bleed? Welcome to another episode of Try That Beef or Try That Burger with me, your host. So today I have the bleeding steak from Tesco grocery store, and this had been talked about for a little bit in the paper, and I think that the first couple of days or weeks or something, it was sold out, but I finally got my hands on it. It wasn't actually that hard. It's not made by Tesco, but it's actually made by Vivera. And Vivera is a brand that makes actually a lot of different types of vegan meats. Like they do like Euro meat, and that has been amazing. So it retails for a whopping £2.99, which for two steaks is actually an amazing deal. For two burgers, it's an amazing deal. So it's a very budget-friendly brand. And what brought me to this steak, once again, is the idea that it was a bleeding steak. From the photo on the back and from the photo on the Tesco website, it pretty much looks like a steak. Like it's like a steak that's been cooked to like maybe medium rare. Like it looks very much like real steak. The middle looks kind of like softer and a little bit wetter and a little bit more bloody. So it's gonna be delicious. On the back it says that it looks like steak, it tastes like steak, but it's made from plants. So 3 points on the back. In terms of the ingredients, it says that the steak is made from soy and wheat protein with added iron and vitamin B12, which is good because that's what a lot of vegans and vegetarians are lacking. Then there's coconut oil, there's some sunflower oil, there's a bunch of other stuff, but I would say that actually most of the ingredients, they're pretty recognizable, so nothing too crazy there. Okay, so today I cooked the steak like I would kind of a normal steak, but I followed the instructions. Basically, it was saying like medium-ish heat, 2.5 minutes each side, so 5 minutes for the whole steak, and it promises to cook perfectly pink every time. I'll say I cooked it basically pretty much like a real steak. I put some oil on the pan, and then I kind of made sure to like sear it 2.5 minutes on one side, 2.5 minutes on the other side, and then, like a good steak cooker that I am, I moved it off to the side, off the heat, and I let it rest so that all of the juices would stay inside. Because I'm basically treating it like a steak, okay? I have some asparagus here. I have some sweet potatoes with some gravy on the side because I didn't really have potato. I'm wondering if I overcooked it, or if it's possible to be overcooked because when I looked at the back, that whole really nice back picture, it was very pink, like bloody, like it was a very good looking steak. And I feel like as I'm cutting into this now, it like the middle actually just looks brown. Like it doesn't look unappetizing, but it definitely looks like it's a very well cooked steak. So maybe I turned the heat on too high, or I will say though, there's good juiceage. There's a lot of juice that is coming out. It's sort of like red brown. So it looks juicy that way. Texturally, it kind of there are like meat fibers there, but they're like shorter meat fibers. I'm kind of really bummed out because I was really hoping for that bloody red steak. Like it looked really good in the picture, and I don't really think I cooked it that long. But if it says that it comes out pink every single time, then it should come out pink every single time, right? That's okay. Let's continue. We're gonna go to the taste test. Okay, so smell-wise, it is a very savory, meaty flavor. It does smell like it, and there's like a little bit of maybe a smell of grill, little smell of like burning fat in the backdrop. Okay, all good things if you're looking for a steak substitute. Okay, so let's go. Sorry, it always takes me a long time to taste because the front end of the steak kind of tastes different from the back end, and I think it's a really good product. I mean, it tasted very much like, it was very meaty. I don't know if it was exactly steak-like, but it was very, very meaty, and it was very like, if you were craving meat, I think that this would help with your craving. I'll say that texturally, the fibers, like the fibers in this plant steak, is shorter than what you get obviously with steak. In a way, it's not that it's too ground, but in a way it sort of reminds me of roast beef versus maybe a full steak itself, because the texture is a little bit smoother. Like, it's not super, super smooth, it's just a little bit more ground up than you would expect from like meat, but that's totally okay. And then like the more that you chew, you do get that like kind of like meatiness spring, if you would. It's kind of like chewing on mushrooms a little bit. Like, eventually you get kind of like these flavors and this like spring and this texture that sort of reminds you of meat. It smells really, really good. That's something that I'll say. It smells really, really good, and it tastes very savory. Like, it's already been seasoned with like salt and a little bit of sugar and all of these different flavorings. So you don't need to add salt to it. Like, don't treat it exactly like steak. I think it's very meaty. I think it's very savory. And if you were craving steak, but like you're doing like meatless whatever days, I think that this is actually pretty good. It's already like very savory. It reminds me of like a very like, maybe like a compact sausage, a little bit like roast beef. So I'm actually quite happy with the flavor, and I definitely don't mind the texture because I think it's really good as well. And obviously the price point is amazing. I like the ingredients in general. I can recognize them. The only thing that I was really bummed out about was that it didn't look like this picture, and it says that it cooks perfectly pink every time, and I definitely thought that mine was like a little brown pink. It definitely did not look like this picture. So, but you know, that's okay if we're not really worried about this picture. Then I think that everything is good. So yeah, that's really it for me, guys. If you have anything that you would like me to try, that you want to have me get my hands on, definitely put it down in the comments below. If you guys are trying something that's like amazing that you think that I definitely also have to try as well, just, you know, message me on Instagram, put again the comments down below, and I will respond to it. I am very interested in trying new kind of these like meat substitutes or anything that is vegan and amazing. So yeah, so I will see you guys again next time. Hopefully you enjoyed this review, and yeah, bye. Bye.